Waiting for the phone to ring is not sales. Let's fix that right now. Find out how in today's show. Welcome back to Year 7 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Award-winning franchise owner, master trainer, president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and 3-time best-selling author. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are here to win in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. Now, this is episode number 368, The Cure for Corporate Cancer, Rethinking Sales Outreach. So let's get going. Let's talk about sales and why the new year always feels like a repeat performance. Greek myths rarely have happy endings. They are mostly cautionary tales, reminders of how the gods treated humans like toys. One myth in particular perfectly captures the life of a salesperson. The story of Sisyphus. He was condemned to push a massive rock up a hill only to watch it roll down forever. This is exactly what we face in sales. We push that giant rock, the annual budget, up the hill every year. We grind, we hustle, we celebrate the results at year's end, and then what happens? The rock rolls back to zero every January or whenever your company decides the fiscal year begins. You stand at the bottom of the hill again, staring at the same heavy stone. And your sales manager will always say, "Don't tell me about your last deal. Tell me about your next deal." That has been the universal sales manager mantra since the role was invented. The tension, pressure, uncertainty, and foreboding in sales never lets up. Maybe you had a great year last year. You made President's Club. You stood on stage at the convention. You pocketed a fat bonus. Congratulations. But so what? That was then. This year is a brand new race. Or maybe last year was a disaster. You barely scraped by. You nearly got fired and you made little money. Tough luck. But again, so what? That was then. This year, the rock is waiting regardless. So here's the real question. How are you going to roll that stone this year? Deals are always out there. The business exists. The only question is, will it come to you? If your strategy is sit by the phone, hoping for an email inquiry to arrive, or for marketing to deliver a steady stream of leads, then you are fooling yourself. That is not sales. That is passivity. And to be blunt, that is what the losers do. Winners know they must take action, not wait for lightning to strike. This is where Grant Cardone's idea of the 10X rule comes in. Grant is a sales trainer in the US, and his book has had a big influence on how we think in our office. We even put a huge signboard on the wall, 10X your thoughts and actions. Why? Because the truth is, most of us fall into the rhythm of rock rolling. We get used to small incremental gains, classic Kaizen thinking. Kaizen has its place, but let's be honest, small steps will not vault us ahead of our rivals. They're also improving incrementally. If we want to leapfrog them, we must think exponentially. This is the essence of 10X thinking. The mindset that got you last year's results will not take you much further. If we want to reach a higher level, we must break out of that cycle and think 10 times bigger. And then, crucially, we must act 10 times bigger. Genius ideas sitting in your head, unexecuted, are worthless. Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. Of course, it sounds easy. For the first 30 seconds, it is easy. But then the discipline required to sustain it kicks in. And that is where most of us fall short. Sales managers have a critical role here. They need to drive this thinking every single day. That means looking at every angle of the rock rolling exercise. Ask yourself, who bought from us recently? What similar companies have the same needs but do not yet know us? Why are we not calling them? Are we avoiding it because we are afraid of rejection? Do we think the low success rate makes the effort not worth it? If so, we are making excuses, not sales. Let's flip the thinking. Imagine we had the cure for cancer. If your family or friends were suffering, would you be shy about picking up the phone to tell them? Of course not. You would feel an obligation to reach out. Well, our firms may not cure personal cancer, but they do cure corporate cancers, the inefficiencies, the gaps, the problems that drag companies down. If we do not believe that, then we should not even be in the business. But if we do believe it, then there is no reason to hesitate in contacting companies who have not yet heard of us. We owe it to them to let them know we have the solution. That is how we overcome fear of rejection. We remember that we are not intruding. We are helping. We are bringing the cure. And if we approach sales with that conviction, the fear evaporates. So how do we put 10x into practice? Start with mindset, but do not stop there. Take massive action. 10 times the calls, 10 times the meetings, 10 times the follow-up. Activity drives opportunity, and opportunity drives results. The more buyers we see, the more business we win. That is the math of sales. Yes, the rock rolled last year. It's rolling again this year, but we do not have to repeat the same tired rhythm. Let's ask ourselves, how can we 10x every stage of this process? From the first call, the first meeting, to the proposal, to the close. That is how we roll the stone, not just up the hill, but higher than ever before. So let's do it. Let's roll the rock 10x harder, 10x faster, and 10x higher this year. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and so please subscribe on YouTube. Share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Hit the little bell icon to receive update notifications. Our website details are on screen now, www.dale-carnegie.cojp. It's packed with value, so certainly check it out. We try to offer as much value as possible, so you might also enjoy our other shows. In fact, we are releasing content 6 days a week. For podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast show, Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews. Now, you get these wherever you get your podcast. Also, every Monday we release the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Every second Thursday we release the Business Pro Television Show, and every Friday the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays, every Saturday, we're releasing Japan's top business interviews. These are all on YouTube. We appreciate your support, and please let others know about it so they can benefit too. We want to make a contribution to helping people build their careers and businesses, and so please join with us in that endeavor. In episode number 369, we're talking about corporate ninjas of concealment, how leaders lose control. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. We've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.